I know we all associate Florian with fire and it's obvious why, but I think you can also connect him to water too, and not just because he uses it to fight fires, of course. I think the most obvious example of this is his real life counterpart, Saint Florian, but if you don't know who that is exactly, here's a quick rundown. So Saint Florian was born around the year 250 AD in what is now Austria. He was an officer in the Roman army which was persecuting and executing Christians, and the assistant of the emperor, Aquilius, was sent because Florian was reported to not be doing that and was ordered to follow through. Florian refused to do so and even declared that he was a Christian himself, so he was promptly sentenced to death. They planned to burn him at the stake, but Florian faced his execution without fear and said, "If you wish to know that I am not afraid of your torture, light the fire, and in the name of the Lord I will climb onto it." Another version states he said, "If you do, I will climb to heaven on the flames." Regardless, this either irritated Aquilius and or made the soldiers in charge of his execution apprehensive, so they changed the method of execution. Instead, they tied a rock to his neck and threw Florian into the Enns River in Austria, where he drowned. Florian's feast day is May 4th, which is also International Firefighters Day. Why the IDV writers and devs didn't make Florian's birthday that day and made it May 2nd is beyond me, but sure. So Saint Florian is known for being the patron saint of fire and firefighters, but he's also known for being a protector against the dangers of water, including drowning and flooding. So, putting fire aside, what about IDV Florian? So back during the Halloween event, Florian was the first one to find the protagonist, who was apparently just chilling unconscious in the river. Anyways, he pulled them out and proceeded to act as guide for the protagonist during their time in Samhan, which is the underworld. But it's interesting Florian mentions drowning, because just later on in Chrome 9's story, it sort of happens again, and he also ends up in the same position again. So in Chrome 9, it's quite similar, except this time it's a bit more turbulent, with Alice desperately struggling for dear life here. You can even hear her heaving for air after she comes to.
Just.
Florian speaks over it a little bit, but you can listen carefully if you hear her, poor woman. I do find it interesting that when Alice's amulet breaks, her descent into madness is her technically drowning. It's an interesting choice that felt artistic at the time, and thematic, as I pointed out before, that they love having Alice free fall into the abyss, but it feels more deliberate now. And there are other small things as well. His line Friends cosmetics is of a frog, which naturally frogs are tied to water, duh. His profile pic for the Solar Term series that they have shows him blowing bubbles. There's also artwork celebrating Thailand's Songkran, sorry if I said that wrong, but the New Year festival, and apparently it's known for its majorly big water fights. There's also last year's East Asia's rainy season artwork. That's just a couple things so far that have appeared. I noticed about his character. I didn't really see a lot of people talking about it, but I really do like how they're being very subtle with adding water themes to his character, since so many people are so focused on his fire, which makes sense. But yeah, anyways, thanks for listening.